I'm gonna just get into it. Like I just said, with conflict and defeat, disconnect and boredom, look at how he's looking, right? Okay, he's not even looking out towards the nature and the sun and the clouds and the air and the greenery and shit. Like, he's not living in a fucking shack, clearly, right? He's not living in a shed. He's not living in a box. This man is well dressed for this time age. Like, he ain't got no fucking dirty shoes, no dirty socks, no dirty ass shirt, and none of that shit. I mean, the floors are clean. There's no trash. Okay, the chakras are showing themselves here. Okay, all the colors at the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see it too well, but hopefully you can. Okay, he's over this balcony, but he's not looking over the balcony and thankfulness and gratefulness and appreciation. He's more so like, oh, you know, what is my life? Like, you're fucking blessed. Hello guys, and thank you so much for watching and tuning in today, tonight, or whichever time you're deciding to watch this reading right now. I appreciate you. For those of you that are new, I meditate Lotus healing. For those of you that are returning, welcome back and thank you. I am going to do a quick general reading for the collective overall as a whole. Hope that the message resonates with you, but if not, it's all good. Welcome if you are new, and welcome back if you are returning. I do curse when I do readings. I have to channel and portray the energy as myself. I can't do it any other way, and I have to do it in my own particular way. So if that's something that you don't resonate with, if that's something that doesn't make sense to you, you're more than welcome to find someone else to watch, okay? Alright, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get into this general reading. Quick general reading. So intuition, obstacles, and challenges, and memories of love comes out. But when it comes out clean, that's when I feel more comfortable taking it. So I'm gonna keep going, okay? All right. So if those come back, we know. All right. Divine source, creator, divine ancestral gods, angels, parents, guardians, protectors, divine ascendant, and teachers. Every divine being, divine love, divine light, divine love. It's connected to me, include my higher self. As that you bring forth to clarify anything that's for the collective world. Thank you. Okay, y'all. Had to realign my intention as I do this reading. Okay, the first oracle that comes out is Destiny. And Destiny is referred to as the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, in the Tarot deck. These oracle decks that I'm working with and that I'm learning now, these have Tarot references. Some of these do. So it's kind of cool to kind of understand the concept of Tarot, because for those of you that have either been subscribed to me or for those of you that are now watching for the first time, I don't do Tarot. I don't do Tarot readings. I always use oracles because that's what I'm intuitively drawn to. I wasn't drawn to Tarot. I was always drawn to oracles, okay? But learning a little bit about Tarot through this oracle deck. But we got Destiny in first place, okay? And we have Conflict and Defeat in the second. So I feel like, hold on, thank you. Positive movement forward. Yeah, I feel like in this first place, Destiny is the Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of like you can basically make whatever you want, become whatever you want, do whatever it is that you want, attain whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you're seeking in self and life, okay, in connection and reality, whatever. These are the other 9 aspects of you, which could reflect a higher or lower version, but this is the highest and most mastered and centered version of yourself, okay? So I feel like that is the intention. If that's not the intention, you're definitely encouraged to maintain that intention or empower that intention aside from any other lower or altered aspects of yourself. Stay focused on your higher self, okay, as you commit to your destiny, your purpose, your path, your ultimate goal of getting to wherever it is that you want to get to. What falls in the second place is conflict and defeat. I feel like I feel like a lot of you have gone through this, okay? You've gone through the different stages and phases of either your healing, your life, the process of yourself. You have gone from the lowest versions of yourself to now the highest and most mastered versions of yourself. Okay, to me, I feel like that has taken time for you to do. You're still in the process of doing it. We're all still in the process of doing it. But I feel like you've reached a certain level. And I feel like right here with conflict and defeat, you're really kind of like, I don't want to say in denial, but you've been in a place of growing so much that you are kind of stuck in your past a little bit, or you're kind of sort of like still operating a little bit with your past. And what I mean by that, like, it's kind of like when you're transforming your look, or when you're transforming your body, or when you're transforming your habits and your lifestyle and your choices, you always remember what you used to do. Even though you realize that you don't do those things anymore, it still kind of either hinders you or holds you back in some way, shape, or form. It kind of makes you heavy a little bit, and you're always thinking about it because you never want to redo that again, or you never want to go through that again, or you never want to choose that again. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you're weighing yourself down with the past a little bit, or with certain choices or things that had taken place in the past. You have definitely overcome it, or you're in the process of doing so. But it's kind of like you're kind of beating yourself up a little bit here. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna just say it. You're kind of beating yourself up here a little bit with conflict and defeat, okay? So I feel like this is what you feel, but this is who you are. It's kind of like, oh, wow, the past, the mistakes, you know what I mean? It's this grief, it's this griping, this griefing, this rehashing of old thoughts and old memories of stuff that really doesn't matter anymore because you've grown so much. And it's kind of like I said, when you transform yourself, when you change, the way that you look, or when you improve your physique, or when you lose weight or gain weight, or, when you, whatever it is that you're doing to yourself. Let's say, for instance, you're looking at yourself every day, so you're not going to see how much weight you're losing. You're not going to see, how much weight is being chiseled off of you. But somebody sees you 2 months from now of consistent work, and they're like, wow, you're really different. You really, really look different. And you're like, really? I don't feel different. That's that. You know what I'm saying? That's that energy. That's that perspective that you're kind of like, I don't want to say clinging onto, but that's what you're overcoming right now. It's kind of like you've changed, but mentally or emotionally or energetically or vibrationally, you're still kind of stuck in the past, and you still kind of feel like, oh, I can do better, I can do more, I can be better. You've come a long way. Be proud of that. Give thanks and gratefulness to God for that. Okay? Thank yourself for that. You've pushed through that. Divine's guidance overall, you've pushed through that. You've come a very long way. Whatever stage that you are at right now, you've come a long way. So don't allow conflict and defeat, I feel like, of the emotions or of the mind or of the past or whatever you're competing and comparing to with this conflict and defeat. Don't let that take you out of the game. Don't let that devalue the progress that you've already acquired or the progress that you've already attained, okay? What falls in the third place is positive movement forward. So it's like you're kind of actually making the effort to think about it differently. Okay, all you got is right here. All you got is a boat, and you probably got some other shit, some food or whatever the fuck. You got your little nicks and knacks and necessities. You know what I mean? And you're on this huge sea, and nobody else is with you. I feel like this is a brand new journey for you. You've come a long way, and now you're about to embark on something a lot different than what you've had to go through, than what you've experienced, because you've had to acquire some type of self-mastery. You've had to acquire some type of inner knowing of self in order to get to this place of, okay, now I'm starting on this brand new thing. And I feel like because of whatever that hard thing was, you give yourself a hard time sometimes with that. But I feel like here is where you're kind of actually taking the initiative to progress, because you know that you've changed. You just don't realize how much you've changed and how much things are still in process of changing and improving for you. Hopefully that is the case. But this is saying positive movement forward. So it's like you're no longer holding that perspective or conception. Why am I hearing the word conception? I don't know. You're no longer holding that perspective or that perception. That's what I meant. Okay. Perception over your mind. Okay. Over your emotions. You're not holding yourself hostage with that. Anything. Okay. Anything like that. All right. Thank you. Authority. The Emperor. Authority is referred to as the Emperor in the tarot deck. Okay. Or in general tarot decks. Standing your ground. If that comes back out, we know something. But we're gonna roll with authority here. Okay. Authority refers to authority. I mean, authority refers to the Emperor in tarot. And what I've been studying on a few of these oracles that I've been seeing, authority is simply, again, like I said, mastering of self. Okay, mastering of who you are from a high place, from a healed place, from a very sustained, balanced, and aligned space, right? And place to where you stand firm on your feet. You stand firm on your joints. Very steady, very, very balanced, very aware, very much so in tune and attuned to who you are as a man or as a woman. Like I said, this is general. This is not gender specific. This is not yeah, this isn't gender specific. I don't know what the fuck else I was about to say, but yeah, this isn't gender specific. All right, so you can envision this as a male if you're watching this, because this is a male, or as a female. This is having authority over self, not anyone else. That's true power. That's real power. That's divine power. Understanding that you are the only one that you can control. And if you keep yourself in check, and if you can have yourself where you need to be in the way that you need to be it, everything else falls in place. So that's great. So positive movement forward into authority over self. Okay, knowing who you are, being disciplined, and all of that. God, thank you. Recognition and reward. Excuse me, y'all. Hold on. Got a little dry. All right, so we got recognition and reward. So this man is holding his head down, and let me see if this is in frame. Y'all see that? Yeah, okay. This man is in, he's holding his head. I'm about to say this man is in frame. This man is holding his head down, right? And he has this huge chain, or this really, really, I don't even know the exact name for it, but I know it's a particular name. I don't know. But he has this really large, embellished kind of like dressing around his neck, right? And he has his head down because he's humbly accepting his reward for all of his hard work, okay? And like I said, with this Wheel of Fortune here, excuse me, and I'm sorry, I'm saying Wheel of Fortune, but this says Destiny again. I'm studying this oracle deck, y'all. It has some of these oracles, not all of them, but they have tarot references. So excuse me if I say something that doesn't even show up at the bottom of these cards, okay? But Destiny is about, like I said, the mastered version of self. I feel like here, again, like I said before, in the beginning, you weren't really giving yourself enough credit. You were more so kind of like trapped, or allowing yourself to feel trapped given whatever had happened in the past. And you had grown, and you're still growing, and you've grown, and you're still growing so much to the point where you don't even realize how far you come. You don't even realize how fucking much you've done. You don't even realize how strong and powerful you are, all due to everything that you had to go through in the past, how strong you had to be for so long. And it's like, you get used to it, and then you kind of like are unaware of how amazing you are, and how amazing your testimony and your story is, and how amazing your transformation has been. Okay, please honor that. Honor yourself, honor your story, honor your testimony, honor the story, the glory that God has set in your story. Realize that, recognize that, okay? Honor divine's guidance overall in your life. Recognize that. Recognize how far you come, certain situations that you were in, certain shit that you was connected to, certain things that you were involved in, certain shit that you were attached to. And none of that is like what it was in the past. And you look back on that shit and you like, wow. You think about it. You've really come a long way. Allow yourself that. Give yourself that credit, okay? Because if you stay in that place of, I still can do more. I still can do better. And we all can, because every day we get the opportunity to do that. But if you don't give yourself a moment to acknowledge how fucking far you've come with all the shit that you've either gone through, experienced, chose for the wrong reasons in the wrong ways, whatever the fuck. If you don't give yourself that credit and that time to realize, well, damn,